Hey everybody, welcome. We are here. Funnel Hacker TV is awesome to have a guest on with us today. And we are going to bring him on in just a minute. But what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to do water cooler. Russell is somewhere right now. We're going to talk about where he is. We got funnel forecast. Something awesome's coming up. We've got funnel hacking with me. We got 2.0 moment. And if we have time, we're going to get to some Hacker Hero stuff. So we'll get to all of that and more right after we roll the intro.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey, okay. If you are joining, say hello in the comments. We are appreciative of you being here. It is just me again today. Ben is really busy with all the things that are going on at ClickFunnels and Russell. So we will have a guest joining us today again, but we're going to dive in. What is going on next week? You need to know about it. It is going to be like the biggest challenge of the year, at least so far. We are going to talk about it with the one and only Justin Benton. We'll bring him on in just a little bit. But what's going on right now, though, in Dallas, in Texas, is Russell brought Super Conference back. If you don't know about Super Conference, it's a Dan Kennedy event. It's like the equivalent of FHL, but for Dan Kennedy. And so that is where he is at. Let's go ahead and do our water cooler moment, and we'll just show. We have a little bit of clips of what's going on. It's only been a day. And so that is where Russell is. He's hanging out there. We've got Marty Fort, who works with Dan Kennedy. He is bringing Dan onto the stage. It's really cool to see how many people are there, familiar faces. There's a lot of B-roll that I got to look through this morning, and I saw some familiar faces. We got Danny Walsh there. James Curran is there. I'm sure if you're there, you're probably not watching right now, but let us know if you got to attend. Let us know your thoughts if you're watching this later. But it's cool to see Russell hanging out with Dan Kennedy, and that he brought back the event that actually brought him into Dan Kennedy. And the only reason I really know that is because Justin Benton just told me on the back end of this stream, which is pretty cool. So that's what's going on. The other thing is, if you want to keep up with the Super Conference and what Russell is up to there is some B-roll being showed and just videos in general being showed over on Russell's Instagram. And let me see if I can pull that up real quick. Let's go ahead and share my screen, if you could, Tim. Russell, on Russell's Instagram page, if you click on his face and go to his stories, or if you're on your mobile app, that one's disappeared. It's okay. We're going to later on. Here we go. So he's been sharing some images from the event as well. Magnetic Marketing, such a cool logo. The man, the myth, the legend, hanging out with Dan Kennedy. We got Sideways one here shared by someone who is attending and tagged Russell in it. So if you want to keep up with what's going on, where's Russell at right now, and what is Super Conference all about, make sure that you are following Russell over on his Instagram, because that is where he is posting in real time what's going on. So, okay, without further ado, let's go ahead and move into our funnel forecast, because there's something that you need to know that is coming up. And we're going to break down the funnel in our next segment. But let's go ahead and bring on Justin Benton to the stage. Welcome.
Hey. Great to be back. I feel like a co-host that sits in for the co-host. So I'm happy to be back. I guess I already got one of those velvet jackets they give at Saturday Night Live when you host it like 7 times. But so excited to be back and excited to talk all things Russell world. And I know we got something really big coming up.
Yes. Yeah, it's gonna be really awesome. So, okay, we're gonna talk a little bit about what's going on in Secrets of Success and what just in general. But before we do, let's go ahead and share my screen again while we talk about this. So this is coming up. We've got the countdown clock going. 5 days, 22 hours, 51 minutes, about 10 seconds. Can you tell us a bit about what is it what I know that Russell's been really excited about this one. This is a huge challenge just because everyone, in the business world, like outside of ClickFunnels, outside of online marketing, like business in general, and like just wanting to be profitable in life and prosperous in life, uh, have heard of Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. Like this book has reached every type of industry. So this is massive. So Justin, why don't you tell us a bit about like what has it been like preparing for this challenge and what can people expect?
Well, preparing for the challenge has been about a 3-year process. And that started way back when Russell started to go down the Napoleon Hill rabbit hole, which was the Laws of Success 1925 edition. That was $1.5 million. And as Russell went down the rabbit hole, I mean, a lot of you might know Russell's journey. He was going to conferences like Super Conference that's going on right now in Dallas that Russell brought back. And one of the speakers would say, everyone raise their hand who's read the book Think and Grow Rich. And 80 or 90% of the crowd would raise their hand. And Russell would write down, this is when Russell's in his early 20s, write down, read Think and Grow Rich. And then he would go buy it that day when Amazon was just kicking off. And then he'd go to another conference, 2 months later or whatever. And then another speaker would say, hey, everybody, who's here read Think and Grow Rich? And 80, 90% of the hands go up. And he's like, oh, gosh, I already wrote that down. I didn't do that. So he actually went and bought it, I think, on eBay for $99 and listened to it on audio. And that was the beginning of him understanding Think and Grow Rich. And it's changed his mindset. It was the book that really shifted the way that he's like, wait a second. So I can literally think and grow rich. And it started to give principles and it started to give, structure, to how you could take an idea and turn it into reality. And so for those of you that have already got Russell's Think and Grow Rich book, we actually did a partnership with them. They let him come out with his own new cool cover and his forward. And if you read the forward, you'll hear the whole story that I just started to tell you a little bit about. So I guess the journey started 20 years ago, but Think and Grow Rich Challenge really started about 3 years ago as we formalized a partnership with the Napoleon Hill Foundation and Don Green. And we launched Secrets of Success, which is, started with Napoleon Hill, but it's got all of Napoleon Hill's contemporaries like Charles Hannell, Elsie Lincoln Benedict, Samuel Smiles. The list goes on and on. And and so then we decided that this was going to be the big event. And since we've launched 6 months ago in October of last year, this has been our main focus. And we've been putting all of our proverbial eggs in this basket and pushing and we've delayed launching it just a little bit because we wanted to make sure we had all the right speakers. Everything was dialed in. Like this is basically another launch for us. I mean, this is like, the second coming of launching Secrets of Success. And we have such incredible speakers. We have actual relatives in Napoleon Hill that are going to be there. Dean Graziosi is going to be there. Eileen Wilder. The list goes on and on and on. Sharon Lechter, she's the one that wrote Outwitting the Devil, which was the book that was written the year after Think and Grow Rich in 1938, which took until the year like 2005 before they finally published it. Obviously you see John Assaraf's going to be there. Sonia Riccati's awesome. Annie Grace, Joe Vitale, Tom. But it's just like nuts. And, Russell isn't messing around. It's a 3-day challenge. And I know we're going to funnel hack it yesterday. So I don't want to or later on today, hopefully. So I don't want to get too far down the funnel, but it's the big one. Like this is the biggest event, like you said, of the year. I think across all challenges, across all of Russell's companies. And this is the one that's been the most time consuming, the most energy, the most thought has been put into this. And he's going to deliver like crazy. And oh, by the way, it's free.
Totally free. You just have to register. Actually, Tib, can you put our banner up that tells people where they can go register? Because it is super easy. thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com. And actually, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure this morning I typed in thinkandgrowrich.com and it took me to it. And I was like, Russell has the domain thinkandgrowrich.com. I wasn't expecting to get to work.
So actually that one's owned by the Napoleon Hill Foundation. So they lent that to us. You know how Russell is, though. He'll probably try to figure out a way to keep it. But so we do have it, thinkandgrowrich.com, that forward to Think and Grow Rich Challenge if you're just tired of typing.
Yes, they'll both get you there. So this is happening next week, May 8th to the 10th. You can see the times on the page, 8 a.m. Pacific. That'll be 9 Mountain if you're used to Mountain times. That's usually what we're saying things in. And yeah, it's totally free. Come and sign up. Of course, I'm not gonna funnel hack the whole funnel. We're just gonna do the first page, but of course, in true funnel style, there's an offer on the next page. Unless you've already taken that offer, in which case it takes you right to the thank you page, which I love, and ClickFunnels 2.0. But this is going to be an amazing event. I mean, just look at the guests. The guests are stacked. Like, it's going to be awesome. Very exciting. Let us know in the comments, like, who you're looking forward to hearing from, and what you're looking forward to diving into. Also, like, have you read Think and Grow Rich before? Do you have the book? Let me grab it.
And also there's of course, I know you'll funnel hack this later, but there will be an opportunity for a VIP session. And the VIP session here isn't just like, oh, you get the recordings. You're actually going to get in a VIP session where you're only going to see the speakers like Don Green, the head of the Napoleon Hill Foundation. Dr. J.B. Hill, who's the grandson of Napoleon Hill, has the entire timeline and stories that I've never heard. No one's ever heard publicly about Napoleon Hill and how long it took him to write Think and Grow Rich and his life story. He has a total rags to riches to rags to riches to rags to riches story that even Russell hasn't heard these details yet. And so this is the VIP for a whopping $47, which also gets you a 30-day free trial into Secrets of Success with Russell's book and 2 unpublished manuscripts. It's just insanity. I mean, because Russell, it's all about the irresistible offer. And so he thinks he comes up with this stuff, and he just like, what is the craziest irresistible offer that you absolutely cannot say no to? And then he comes up with it. So that's what he did here again. And I mean, think about it, $47. Even if that was just for the books, you're going to get physical, hard copy, real books show up in your mailbox. And not to let them know, you're also going to get 30 days into the, again, of course, this is all linchpin. I know this is your territory. This is the thank you page that gets them into continuity. I mean, and that's the beautiful thing. For those of you out there that are like, what should my price points be? All those kinds of things. Well, here's a funnel to hack. It's $0 free to get in the front door. At 47 gives them the opportunity to upsell. And it's for those of you that are funnel hackers, know that the people that buy the 47, those are your most likely people that are going to buy if you have an offer, which you should, at your challenge. So anyways, and one last thing, if you're already a Secrets of Success member, if you're a round pegger who doesn't fit in square holes, then you actually get the VIP for free. So just enter your email address. When you try to upgrade, it'll see your email address, use the same email address, obviously, and you automatically get VIP into those VIP speakers, recordings, and of course, all the goodness that comes with that. And you get to ask questions, you get your Zoom room, and you get to like literally talk to Russell. I'll be hosting the VIP room with some incredible speakers that will blow your mind. If you are a Napoleon Hill fan, this is where all the goods are. This is where we spill the tea. This is where you hear stories and insights of how this book changed people's lives forever.
I love it. It's so awesome. I can't wait. So again, that's May 8th, 11th, next week. Make sure you get registered. Let's throw that link back up on the screen one more time. thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com, and you get all kinds of goodies. We'll funnel hack it in just a little bit. But yeah, like this is, I don't know if you guys know, I'm pretty sure it says this in the funnel. This isn't just Think and Grow Rich. This is Think and Grow Rich with the foreword by Russell Brunson. This is Russell got the rights to republish it, Think and Grow Rich. It is awesome. And so if you haven't read it yet before, get this copy. All right. So before we move on to our next segment and we'll funnel hack that funnel, I just want to check in while we have Justin here. Let's take advantage of it. What is going on like for, I don't know if you can, I know there's only so much you can tease.
These questions make Russell nervous.
Yeah. What do we need to know about what else is going on in Secrets of Success? And yeah.
Well, I mean, the big thing is obviously, for those of you that are in the 2CCX coaching program, like Russell's running the playbook here. How do we get to $100 million in annual reoccurring revenue in 24 months? So we kicked off 6 months ago. We believe we need to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 35,000 members to hit that number with the, monthly reoccurring, which is $97 a month for the membership. There will be another tier. We believe at $297 a month. There is going to be a higher ticket offer that's coming with the challenge. If you read between the lines, I'll let you guys find that for yourself. There's a little Easter egg in there. So those are the main things that we're focused on right now. Russell's dropped this before, so I'm not afraid of dropping it again. Easter egg time is that Russell's plan is like for this year, we got Funnel Hacking Live coming up in later on this year. And then we have another one coming up in Vegas early next year. So what he wants to do is he wants to have a round peg event, round peg square hole, big FHL event, likely virtual with the big, screens and all that kind of stuff, and then have an FHL 6 months later. So, and then of course, if you know how FHL works and you know what that's all about and you know what the offer is at the end, there's gonna likely be something very, very similar on that as well for, Secrets of Success. So Russell's running the exact same playbook that he ran at ClickFunnels. Now he's just calling his shot. He's showing you piece by piece. If you're into 2CCX coaching, he's doing piece by piece, setting up his Dream 100, setting up his Mifke, setting up his membership site, doing the things to make sure it's sticky. It's piece by piece. So he's literally like play by play, step by step, paint by numbers. So for those of you that are like looking for a guide or like, I know I have a calling, I have a voice, I have something I want to share. I want to attract my people. Russell's showing it to you piece by piece. So if you know his playbook, if you got the linchpin book, then you're just seeing it happen in real time here at Secrets of Success. So we're 6 months in. And we've got, some higher ticket things coming down the road. But Think and Grow Rich Challenge, this is our cornerstone. This is our piece. No surprise, we'll likely have this be evergreen. For those of you that are also big, Russell fans, the first funnel challenge was a huge success. It's still profitable. And likely, we're hoping and planning on this being the same thing with us. Think and Grow Rich Challenge, we hope to be around for at least 12 to 18 months, profitable. We can drive paid ads to it. Obviously, Russell's going crazy with organic, which I think is awesome. So, yeah, this is the big one for us. It's the big enchilada, as they say.
Yeah. The other thing is like Think and Grow Rich, like we talked about already, like it spans all industries, all places in life. And so you likely, if you're running a business, you likely could easily fit this into your promotion. And there is a way you can be an affiliate and promote this Think and Grow Rich challenge. Can you give them the where to go if they want to be an affiliate?
So the easiest way, this one, you do have to spell it all the way out. It is thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com/JV. That's it. So it's just all of it spelled out. /JV. So if someone wants to throw it in the comments or something, that would be great. And so we have a special page just for that, just for the Think and Grow Rich Challenge. It's super awesome, of course. Another great thing to funnel hack. Russell's talked a lot about this, and I think a lot of us are missing this, is we're making offers and we're doing dramatic demonstrations, for our customers or our prospects, but we're not doing it for our affiliates and JV partners. And that's the big one, because if you can get 2 or 3 JVs really do a lion's share of business with ClickFunnels. And that's the same thing here with Secrets of Success. So remember, when you're doing your dramatic demonstrations and you're making your offers, don't forget to have an amazing sales page for your JV affiliates. And you can see that at thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com/JV. And when they get signed up for the Think and Grow Rich Challenge, they get the book box. And they're a part of the free trial inside of Secrets of Success. So they are signed up. First of all, sign yourself up for free and then start signing people up underneath. And the Think and Grow Rich Challenge is a great product to push and sell. We're having fantastic numbers right now. I'm shooting for 100,000 members or 100,000 people. If we only get 20 or 30,000, okay, so what? But again, like I said, it's likely going to be evergreen. But you don't want to miss it live, that's for sure, because you want to be able to implement what you learn, and you want to be the one telling everybody, did you hear what happened? Did you hear what so-and-so said? And then you can take it and implement it right away into your life, into your business.
It's going to be so awesome. Okay. One more time, thinkandgrowrichchallenge.com just to get signed up to the challenge itself. We'll pop that back up. It's totally free. It's next week, 90 minutes a day for 3 days. Don't miss it. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be stacked with so many awesome guests. We've got Russell, of course, Tom Bilyeu, Dean Graziosi, Jeffrey, I don't actually know how to say his last name, Gittimer, Sharon Lecter, Ashley Kirkwood, Trent Shelton. Oh my gosh, Eileen Wilder, John Asraf, Sonia Riccati, Ione Grace, Joe Vitale. I couldn't just leave any of them out. I had to say all of their names. Yep. They're all so good. So make sure you are signed up for free. It is next week. And we'll probably remind you, let's see, May 8th is a Wednesday. So we'll be back Tuesday with FHTV and remind you again, just in case you don't go do it right now. Okay. Let's see. I think that we're going to let Justin go. Thank you so much for being here and jumping on with us. We really appreciate you every time that you come on to FHTV, and keep doing amazing work, and we'll bring you back at some point again as well. So thank you again.
I love it. Thanks for having me on, everybody, and go get signed up down below. ThinkandGrowRichChallenge.com. Now go hack that funnel.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So we are going to keep going. We have a couple more things that I wanted to get to today. One is, let's funnel hack the Think and Grow Rich funnel. We might as well do that. So let's do some funnel hacking with me. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up my screen again. We've been looking at this page a lot, but let's talk about it. So I wanted to funnel hack this in a slightly different way. Justin was telling us about once you sign up, there's of course some offers in true funnel hacker style and linchpin style. There's some offers that come after this, but I actually I'm going to focus on page 1 of the funnel, because I used to do this a lot back when I had my own. I used to stream to my own profile, and I used to break down funnels a lot. And I focused a lot on I came up with a framework. It's called Trust, Trust. And it helped me to teach people how they can make sure that they're hitting all of the things that, besides the message, besides the copy, which we know are super important, how can we make sure that our page is a little bit more optimized to convert? So Trust stands for something. T is for title. So we'll start there. Arguably the most important part of I'm trying to make this fit nicely. Arguably the most important part of a page is the headline, the title, right? You have to grab people in with the title, or they're not even going to read the rest of your copy. And that even starts before with your hooks that you're throwing out into the marketplace, with the ads that you're putting out there, with the content that you're putting out there, and then having a consistency in the message that translates over to the headline. So it's already catching us in give me just 90 minutes a day for 3 days. There's putting a time limit on there, right? People love to see numbers. And if it's especially when it comes to challenges, I think that there's a feeling of another challenge, we got to do how much time is this going to take me? Well, he's already hitting that objection and throwing it out the window. It's it's only 90 minutes and it's for 3 days. This isn't a 5-day challenge. This isn't going to take several hours of your day. So he's already hooking people in. And then Think and Grow Rich is already an awesome hook. People know that. That is what this challenge is all about. Think and Grow Rich is mentioned 3 times. Obviously, it's the entire purpose of this funnel. It's mentioned 3 times above the fold. Above the fold just means before we start scrolling. So title, you got to make sure your headline is attracting people and grabbing them in so that they will take the time to read the rest of what you have to say. So that's T in the Trust framework. R is readability. So we're not going to focus on messaging in this framework besides the title, but readability really comes down to when I was starting to become a funnel builder and people were all about ugly funnels convert. Yes, they do, as long as you do them well. But this is clearly not an ugly funnel. So what I mean by readability is make sure that you have a mix of font sizes, and you've got boldness, you've got things breaking up your text. Sometimes people think ugly funnels convert, and they just put this wall of text up, and it's really hard to read because there's nothing breaking up the thoughts. It's just text and text and text and more text. And so if you can get creative with making something stand out more, so that your skimmers, some people just look at pages and they skim the things that the headlines and the subheadlines. If you can make it make sense for people who just skim, then you're in good shape. Okay, success starts in the mind. I already know it's a free challenge from above, taught by Napoleon Hill himself. The underlines that you pull in, the bold words, if you just go through your page and only read those things, does it make sense? Are they going to know enough information to be able to make a decision on if they want to opt in or move forward? So readability, are you breaking it up with pictures, with different ways of bringing out the text? Are you breaking it up with buttons and graphics and little things like that? Which brings me to the next part of my trust framework is U. U just stands for upscale your design, because a lot of people are out there saying, ugly funnels convert, right? But they would convert better if you put a little bit of effort into making it look a little more professional. So the things that upscale a design are just, they can be so subtle. So I wanted to point out some of the subtle additions into the design of this page that just make it so much better. The background up here, of course we have the graphic. This graphic is amazing. I used it on the thumbnail for Funnel Hacker TV. But even the background, we've got the Secrets of Success logo back here. It's just so subtle. You can't even really see what it is, and you wouldn't even know what it is unless you've already seen it somewhere before. And then the texture of the background looks like it could be like a leather book, a leathery texture. It just adds a little bit of richness to the funnel. This isn't super fancy. It's not like a crazily designed funnel. It's still pretty basic. But there's just these little touches that they put in here. We got solid background here, but even just the gold, tannish, brownish outline, the stroke around the images with the rounded corners, just a little extra touch. Just bring your design of your funnel up to another level. It doesn't take a lot of effort. This graphic here, instead of a plain old divider line, they made it an actual, like a nice graphic that is on brand with Secrets of Success. Awesome. Nice little touch. Let's see if we can pull out some other things. We got Think and Grow Rich icon. I mean, this could just be going from one section to another section, but no, let's add a little graphic of Think and Grow Rich. It's the same. It's the logo that is on the republish of the book, right? It's just that graphic. So it's a nice little, addition to the segue between this section and this section. Let's see if there's anything else that's these little subtle things. Of course, graphics, if you make graphics that are nice looking, they are going to hold people's attention better. These arrows are a nice little touch. I love those. The checklist. Have you guys noticed that these checklists that we're seeing on the funnels that ClickFunnels and Russell are putting out, they're actually checkboxes. You can check and uncheck them, which is fun. There's a little bit of interactive if you have the urge to try, like, are these clickable? Which I did. Awesome graphics. Again, just a nice background. And so these are the little things, a little icon next to special guest speakers, an icon next to the days. These are the things that just bring without a whole lot of effort, they bring your design up another level. So that's what the U in the trust framework stands for, is upscale your design. Okay. The next letter, TRUS. S. What does S stand for? I might need to remember. Oh, social proof. Okay. Some people forget to put some sort of social proof on their pages, and social proof can be so many things. It could be testimonials. It could be case studies. It could be a picture of you standing on a stage. It could be people that are actually participating in your event. The social proof on this page is, look at all of the awesome people that you already know that are participating in this challenge, which means it's going to be amazing. Like if we've got Tom Bilyeu, Dean Graziosi, we've got Eileen Wilder, we've got Joe Vitale, Annie Grace. Like we have all these people that are they're guest speakers. So we've already elevated the status of this challenge just from the speakers alone. So if you don't have social proof from something, maybe you're running a summit, you can use the status of your guests as your social proof. Like they're partnering with you in this thing. Clearly it's an important thing. Because there are no testimonials on this page because it doesn't exist yet. This challenge hasn't happened yet. There are no testimonials. And honestly, even after it happens, there is no reason for Russell to put testimonials onto this page because it's Russell, and he's got the status of the guest speakers that he is using as the social proof. So, but make sure you have something like that, even if you don't have testimonials. Do you have you standing in front of people teaching? Do you have you on a Zoom, in a Zoom room with people that you are teaching, like for your thing? Do you have screenshots of that? Do you have you on a stage? Do you notice that the speakers that stand on the stage at Funnel Hacking Live start using their photos everywhere? It's good social proof. Okay, the last thing, and this one's a bit of a stretch, but I had to make the last T in trust work, but it's type. One of the things that I noticed a lot of people do in their funnels is they choose either fonts that are too hard to read. So when I say type, I mean like the type, like the font type, the typeface. They choose fonts that are either too hard to read or they choose too many fonts. And so if they've fallen into that trap of like, I really love this font, it's so pretty, and you're using it too many places, that can be problematic. It makes your page hard to consume and hard to read. So I just wanted to point out really quick, there's like 2, maybe 3 fonts on here. If we got like our Font Ninja extension out, we could see how many fonts are actually on this page. But I just wanted to point out, like, they're easy to read. The font is actually big, and there's only a couple of them. Both of them, they are complementary to each other, and they aren't getting too fancy that we can't read them. So that's really all that one is. Okay, that is my breakdown. A little bit of different funnel hacking. We're not funnel hacking the actual funnel and the offer, but more of how is this designed? What things can we take away from how these pages are designed that are helping with the conversions? All right, let me know if you liked that or not. It's fun. I used to do this all the time and break down pages in that way. So it was like being back in my element there. All right, let's go ahead. We're running at 30-minute mark. Let's do one more segment. Let's go ahead and do our 2.0 moments. We'll save our Hacker Heroes post for another day, but we have some awesome 2.0 videos that our ClickFunnels ambassadors have been creating, and we're going to start highlighting them here on FHTV. So they're like super short videos. They're talking about one little thing in ClickFunnels, in the ClickFunnels software that you may not have noticed is in there. You may not have known what it is. So we're going to just play 2 of them. We're going to start with James Curran. He is an ambassador. So let's go ahead and watch his.
What is everyone? It's James Curran here. I want to do a quick feature splash on one of my favorite features that I'm using for all my clients, and that is the product upgrade feature. What it lets you do is take any sort of product, usually subscription, that's what I tend to use the most, but it works for other product types as well, and make a purchase just like this. So you see this is $97 a month. I hit submit. I come over to the OTO. All right, right to OTO, scroll down, and boom, upgrade. $970 per year. So instead of just $97 a month, it'll switch over to a yearly plan. I can spend $970, get 12 months for the price of 10 without any additional purchases. If you were to do this in Stripe back in the day, it was a total pain in the butt and you had to use some crazy automation or do it manually. And this is just built into ClickFunnels 2 with Payments AI out of the box. Beautiful thing, right?
Awesome. Oh, thanks, James. Okay, so the subscription management for you, like if you have a subscription offer, ClickFunnels 2.0 handles the subscription management of those offers, the upgrading, the downgrading, the cancellation, the I guess that's all the things, the dunning. It handles it better than any software I've ever tried to use, and it is the best. So if you are running a subscription offer, you should be in ClickFunnels 2.0. It is so good. So thank you, James, for highlighting that. Okay, we've got one more from Dan Havey. Let's go ahead and play that one.
This is Dan Havey with the ClickFunnels Ambassador team, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite features inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, and it is the breadcrumbs that you get with every single one of the elements, columns, rows, and sections inside of 2.0, and you just come up here and you click on the gear for any element. Again, it works the same thing for rows, columns, etc., and you have here everything that it is inside of. So the image is inside of the column, is inside of the row, inside of a section, which is inside inside of the body of the entirety of the document. And what's cool is now I can be working on the image and I said, okay, well, I got to work on the row next. Boom, click that. I'm now working on the row. But where it really, really comes in handy is when you have, let's say there's no padding around an image, there's no padding around any kind of an element. You can come in here then and you say, okay, here I am. I clicked on the image. I want to get to the section. I can't get there from the page. Well, I just click on any image or any other element on the page, and then I just go boom, and I'm into the section. So it's a great feature, really cuts down on time and really gets you to be able to get into the elements you want to as you're working in your funnel. So if you got any questions, just let me know.
Awesome. So Dan, so when he's talking about the padding, if you've removed all the padding from, let's say, your row, and then you've also removed all the padding from your section, and you're trying to highlight over and get those settings to pop back up, and it's like popping up your section settings bar instead of your row settings bar, because now they're like at the same spot and it's frustrating and you're like, oh, why can't I get to the row settings? That's what Dan's talking about. So use his method of getting into what you need to get into. Don't underestimate those breadcrumbs. They are awesome. And little things like that you may see in there, but you don't really know the value of them. We're going to keep bringing the little short videos like that. If you want to keep seeing them, let us know in the comments. We'll keep bringing them to you. I think that they're pretty awesome. Just short little tips to help you with your funnel building, make it a little bit easier, and help you get your offers out there faster. So, okay. Real quick, make sure that you are subscribed down here to 208-231-3797. You just have to text FHTV to that number. It will give you the text notifications. Maybe the text didn't go out today. We had a little bit of technical issues, but in the future, you will get text notifications every time we go live for Funnel Hacker TV, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And I think that maybe we'll do a giveaway next week for people that are on there. I know we just did one, but I think that we'll do another one. So make sure you're signed up, and we'll announce something next week about that. All right, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Take care.
My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number one. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look at your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.